Sometimes kindness shows up at the exact moment we expect temptation, pride, or power to win. Sometimes the strongest act of kindness isn't what we give someone else, but what we choose not to take. This is a story about a warning that sounded cold at first, a night that could have changed everything, and a choice that proved kindness can be more powerful than desire, money, or control. Before we begin, if you enjoy emotional stories that remind us of our humanity, take a second to subscribe, like this video, and leave a comment. It really helps the channel grow and allows us to share more stories like this here on your channel name. Now, let's begin. Everyone in the business world knew her name, Victoria Hale, a self-made billionaire, tech innovator, magazine covers, private jets, penthouse offices overlooking the city. She was admired, feared, and misunderstood all at once. People said she was ruthless, cold, untouchable. What they didn't know was how lonely success can feel when you reach the top and realize there's no one left to trust. Ethan Walker became her executive assistant at 29. Smart, organized, respectful. He didn't flatter her, didn't gossip, and didn't act impressed by her wealth. That alone made him different. He had come from nothing, a small town, student loans, and a mother he sent money to every month. He worked harder than anyone Victoria had ever seen. At first, she barely noticed him as a person. He was efficient, quiet, reliable. But over time, kindness has a way of revealing itself in small moments. Ethan remembered her coffee exactly how she liked it, even on the worst mornings. He covered for her without being asked when she needed space. He once canceled his own weekend plans to stay late and help her prepare for a critical board meeting. Not because he had to, because he cared. One night, after an exhausting investor event, everything shifted. It was raining hard, traffic was frozen, her driver was stuck across town. Victoria stood in the glass-walled office, staring at the city lights, her heels in her hand, exhaustion weighing heavy on her shoulders. Ethan offered quietly, "I can stay until your driver arrives." She looked at him then, really looked at him, not as an assistant, as a man. The silence stretched between them, filled with things neither had said before. When her driver called to say it would be hours, Ethan hesitated. "I can walk you home. You live close." They ended up in her penthouse. City lights spilled through the windows. The rain tapped softly against the glass. It was intimate in a way neither had planned. Victoria poured herself a drink, then stopped. She set the glass down untouched. That's when she turned to him and said the words that changed everything. "If I stay tonight," she said quietly, "I don't trust myself. I won't be someone I don't want to be." Ethan froze. She wasn't flirting. She wasn't playing power games. She was warning him. She walked a few steps away, her back to him. "I have everything. Money, influence, control. And I've learned the hard way that when people are close to me, lines blur. People get hurt." Her voice cracked, just slightly. "You deserve better than confusion, pressure, or regret." Ethan swallowed hard. "I never thought—" "I know," she said. "That's why I'm saying this now." She turned back, eyes steady but vulnerable. Kindness sometimes means stepping back even when it's hard. For the first time, Ethan saw the woman behind the empire, not a billionaire, just someone protecting both of them. He nodded. "Then I should go." She smiled sadly. "Thank you for understanding." He left that night with his dignity intact, his heart racing, and a deep respect he hadn't expected to feel. The next morning, everything was professional again. But something had changed. Victoria trusted him more, not less. She began asking about his life, his mother, his dreams. She encouraged him to apply for leadership programs, even when it meant preparing him for a future beyond her company. One afternoon, she surprised him with an envelope. Inside was a fully funded scholarship to an executive MBA program. "You earned this," she said simply. Ethan stared at her, stunned. "Why?" "Because kindness should create growth," she replied, "not dependency." Months later, rumors started. People whispered that he was being groomed, that he had special treatment, that success came from being close to power. Victoria heard the rumors too. She called him into her office and closed the door. "If staying here ever costs you your reputation," she said, "I will help you leave." He shook his head. "You've never cost me anything. You've only given." She smiled. "Then we've done something right." Eventually, Ethan did leave the company. Not because he was pushed out, but because he was ready. On his last day, Victoria walked him to the elevator herself. No assistants, no speeches, just two people who had chosen respect over impulse. As the doors closed, she said, "The world will try to tell you kindness is weakness." He smiled. "I've learned it's actually strength." Years later, Ethan would build his own company, one known for fair pay, empathy, and opportunity. When asked who taught him leadership, he always said the same thing: a woman who knew when to step back. Victoria never spoke publicly about that night. She didn't need to. She continued to lead, invest, and mentor, but with one rule she never broke again: kindness first, always. Because real power isn't in taking what you can, it's in choosing what you won't. If this story moved you, remember this: kindness isn't always loud. Sometimes it's a quiet decision that protects someone's future, including your own. Be that kindness, and share it forward.